It looks like Jones is going to get the winner of Stipe and Ngannou. Do you think he fights this year, or do you think it's going to take the crowds to come back and maybe some more money to get him back in there?
No, I think he fights this year. I mean, I don't know how he spends his money or anything like that, but no one wants to sit on the sidelines, especially when you put in all this work. You want to showcase it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them fight at the very end of the year.
I'm glad I get to talk to you right now because obviously the big news out of UFC 259 isn't Israel Adesanya. It's this DQ win for Aljamain Sterling. You were in a similar position with John Jones. What was your take watching that and sort of the aftermath of everything?
I'm not going to get into the whole, was he faking? Was he not faking? Was he as hurt as he said? There's no reason for me to get into that. And no matter what I say, people are going to twist it like I'm shitting on Aljo. So I'm not even going to get into that. But what I will get into is, I've been hard on refs. I have been. Never in my fights. You guys have never heard me say a ref was bad. It was a bad stoppage. He screwed me. I've never said that. I've always taken my wins or losses on the chin. So what I am saying is that I think referees need to have more responsibility, and they need to be willing to take more responsibility. You've never seen Tom Brady get sacked and end up with a roughing the passer, and then the referee talk to Tom, and so they can figure out what they're going to do. You make the call. That's your job. And I understand that these referees, they don't want to take a lot of heat. They don't. But if you don't want to take the heat, then you need a new job. And I don't care about how mean the fans are to you and what your Twitter mentions look like. You need to make sure that these decisions are made and it's not put on the fighter. I'm not going to judge anybody for making that decision. Like, is that the decision I would have made? No. But I'm not expecting everyone to live life the way that I live my life. That's up to him. It's up to them. So my problem is that Aljo should have never had to make that decision. Let's look at this and what I don't understand is why is the legality of the knee of the issue and why he won't make the decision? Because had Aljo's knee been down or been up, but he was in the same position, he'd have stopped that fight immediately. Just basically off the reaction that Aljo had once he took it. Why does the legality of that knee change that? Because if you would have stopped it before, if it was a legal knee because he was too injured to continue, why wouldn't you do it right away? Because it was illegal. I don't understand that. I know why. It's because the refs don't want to take the fight into their own hands because they're afraid of people being mean to them on the internet. So, lastly, I'm so sick of referees punting off the issues to the cage side doctor. If we're gonna pretend, because this is what we're doing apparently, we're gonna pretend that you're so experienced and you're so knowledgeable in this sport that we're gonna task you with stopping fights when people can't continue, right? But then all of a sudden there's a foul and you start looking around, you're lost and you're looking at the table and you're looking at the commission and you're trying to find a doctor. Like, what you should be doing is you should know what the fighter looks like when they're injured. You should know when it changes. You should know the look on their eyes. You should know their mannerisms. I know that Aljo was hurt when he first took that knee, and I've never reffed one of his fights. So if I know that, then Mark Smith should know that. He should know exactly what his reactions are. But they just want to pass the buck because they don't want to deal with it. So like, oh, please bring the doctor in. You're going to tell me that this doctor is more experienced in what a fighter looks like when he's injured and probably can't continue than you? If that's the problem, then the doctor should be the goddamn ref. And it drives me crazy. Like, if you're not going to make those hard decisions and protect people and not force them to make terrible decisions, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, honestly, at the end of the day, we don't need you. Like, we could have someone on the outside, like, yelling at us because we police ourselves in the gym every single damn day. Like, we could almost do this without you. Outside of the cowboy kind of guys that like to break the rules and the assholes with the finger pokes, other than that, we don't need you. Because if I low blow someone, it happens in the gym all the time. You just stop and you let them fucking clear it, and then you keep going. Like, if you're not going to make those hard decisions, I'm not exactly sure why referees are even there. I do think, and I don't want to crap all over Mark Smith because I think, given the rules and the way things are done right now, I don't think he did an awful job. I think he took too long to make the right decision, and I think aesthetically it made Aljo look awful. Which again, that's the decision they made. That's fine, but I don't think he did an awful job. I do think that if you had Jason Herzog in there, or you had Keith Peterson, or maybe one or two other guys, I don't think that it goes that way. I just can't for the life of me think that someone takes that knee like that with Jason Herzog I think it takes 5 seconds for him to see the condition of the fighter and calls the fight. I 100% believe that.